Hello, welcome to Junk in the Trunk. I'm going to do like a loaded pocket this time. I have done quite a few in the past, but I fancy doing it with another one, but just with a slight variation. So if you've got any discarded lunch bags, brilliant. These ones I've had a long time and I've got loads of them, so I could do with using a few, and I fancy doing something else but with it. My ones are, well, I say 6. Don't know what you would call that. 12 there, but let's have a look. Don't know what you would call it. Yeah, about 11 3/4 long. Okay, mine are quite big because I got them, like I say, I got them for mini albums years ago. But any piece of brown paper will do. Packaging paper, anything. But I'm going to use these because I've got a lot of it. I've also got a lot of packaging, but I've had a few of you say, oh, I don't get that packaging for Amazon. And so I thought, well, I'm going to use this. But any brown paper will do. And I will give you the size of when it's cut down, because I cut quite a bit off of this. And I also use all the bits that I have cut off for pockets and things. Alright, so I just want to do it that way. Right, so I have my good crease to the left. Alright, and I'm going to cut off some of this. Right, I want mine no wider than 5 inches because I want it to go, if I'm going to use it, it would go on the inside cover. Yeah. Oh, let's do it that way. Oh, silly me. Right. So if I do put 5 inches on the ruler there. Okay, I know. I'm going to fold that because I want to cut that off. But I'll give you the dimensions of the piece of brown paper that's left that we can work with and say you can cut that size. But at the moment I'm using a bag. And I want, I think it's about 7 3/4. So I'm going to fold that up like that. Okay. And then I'm going to cut mine off. Let's have a look. Yeah. Alright, where's my first pocket going to come to? About there. Yep, so I'm going to cut this bit off. I'll give you the dimension in a minute. I'll just cut that off. Just make sure that's... Okay, keep all those back, they'll do for pockets. So now we've got a piece. So this could be any packaging. And the piece altogether is 10 1/8. Be 10 if you want. It doesn't matter. It's just slightly narrower. Well, I've got it just, yeah, 10 1/2. Okay. So, and then that will be folded up like that. Okay. All come to, I'm just going to straighten that. Like so. That's going to be our first pocket. Okay. So I'll do it that way. Then you can see better. Okay. Right, so we've got a piece like that. We folded it up where we had the length there, which was 7 3/4. Yeah, and the pocket size is 2 3/4 up. Yeah. Okay. What I need to do now is I'm going to cut there. And I'm also just going to take a little slither off there, that, and also this way. I love working with brown paper. So just a tiny little slither. Okay, so at the moment it's like that. All right, so that's going to be our first pocket there. All right, and this one is going to go inside there. Yeah, so we're going to have a little stuff pocket here, and it's going to open out to a secret compartment. Okay, and then we're going to have a ribbon around it, and it's all going to come here, but we need some more pockets. What I might do here, all right, because we've got quite a bit there, is like you see me do, is just fold that over so we've got a stronger edge. Okay, make sure it's straight. Yep, and I will do the same with this one. Okay. We can actually glue that down now. Because we're back in all this, it doesn't matter about all the creases in it because they'll disappear. Let's get rid of that. Okay, just going to use some scrap paper. That's all we're going to use. Book pages maybe to back it, because you know it's only thin at the moment. We need something to, you know, give it a bit of substance. I'm not sure about the pocket yet because I don't want that to be too wide, but we'll see. I'm sort of hoping I can have a little pocket in there because I thought, oh, that'd be a good idea. Just have a little pocket in there. Okay, just going to make sure that's square. Okay, and then one of the pieces that we cut off, okay, we'll make a pocket. Now, oh, that one's better. Right, so if I do that, what I do, put that in the way, is I sort of have a bit of a overhang. It's right there. And I'll fold that. I'll just have a little bit more actually. Wings in my pocket. This one I'm not worried about wings because that's done the bottom, but the next one you need a bit more room to get more stuff in. So I'll do that. Okay, and I'll line that up. Do it straight. Like that. So I'll line that up like so. And then flick around, just instead of measuring really. If you like measuring, measure away. Right, and then do that. Okay, then I'll leave another little bit. I'll fold back on myself, and that's where I'll cut. Okay, which is there. Okay. That was there, wasn't it? Like so. Yep, it's perfect. Right, and I will mitre that bit. Could fold it over as well actually. I might do that first. Yeah, and then we'll cut it. Just gonna again fold it over. Glue that down. It just reinforces the edges. That's all that's doing. So this is not the thickest of brown paper, so okay. And then we mitre at the top. And the pocket down here I leave open. Right, so I go sort of like that. I just cut a bit off really, save some bulk. Okay. Got a little wing there, and a little wing there. I'll just check the length in a minute. I do like that to be fairly even. Oh, not far away, look. Just cut that off a bit. Okay, so when that goes in, there they go there. And then we leave that open. You stick the sides down, and that goes there. And then you haven't got, what you haven't got is so much bulk here, so it can come right the way up there, look. Okay, but you don't see that underneath there. But I'm covering mine, so it'll be okay. But that's what I do. Okay, so we've got a pocket. I think actually that was Genevieve who started that years ago with her templates. I remember cutting them because I had them years ago. I loved them. And she had, you know, the pockets you cut out, and she showed you, unless it was somebody else that called, honestly I can't remember, maybe it was her, but I'm not sure. But then there was other people, you know, that done the mini albums, and because you was getting too much bulk here, especially if you had 3 pockets, you got almost like 3 lots here, and this would end up really bulky. And they found a way of sort of, so that you just placed it in there and there was hardly any bulk at all, and yet you didn't see, you know, like the end of the pocket down there, just by cutting it off that way, because that goes down deeper then. Yeah, so yeah, but I really can't remember who it was. One of you might have known, because you might have seen the video more recent than me. I'm talking most probably what, 8, 9 years ago. So I've been around a long time, and the loads of pockets I do now are most probably nothing like they done back then, because I actually haven't seen the videos for a long time, and you sort of just, you do it and you sort of, you're not conscious of how you do it anymore. You just sort of do them really. And I too change the way I do things as well. Well, that's because I'm not having a very good memory, I think. Well, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to gesso. Okay, I know you're all calling me the gesso queen, and I suppose a lot of you would be dying for me to do things like gesso, but things like this, you know, we're using the scraps and all that. I just think gesso helps for it to become something, all right, or else and it gives it a bit of substance. So I'm going to use my gesso, but you don't need to. All I'm doing is showing you a plan for envelope with an opening. Okay, it's just a loaded front, and then it will have an opening, and then we'll have something else going on here, and then it's going to be on the inside cover of my journal. But, well, not this one, I have to go in another one, because the one I'm working on won't go with all my bits and pieces I've got. So right, so that's that bit. Enough talking, Andrew, let's get on. And I've got some odd bits here as well. All great to use. Okay, I've got a bit left in this one, so I thought I'd use it. I'm not really worried too much about the back, okay, because that is going to be stuck down. This is the last bit, so it's a bit thick at the bottom, but it's all right. I'm just going to go over it with credit card, because I quite like that. I'll just scrape some of it off as well. quite a dry brush, this. Now, just putting a bit on. We're going to cover it all anyway, but just like the way it makes the paper feel. Okay, just dry that off. Right, I'm going to ink up all the edges now. That's nice and dry. Let's get a little bit of that done already. I've got vintage, Distress Oxide vintage photo. Not really going to see that because I'm going to cover it, but because we need to add something. But I just wanted that to be all sort of motley around the edges. And just tone that down a bit. There we go. So I might put a little bit of fabric down there under the pocket. Got an old bit somewhere. Where did I put it? Here. Got some of this. A bed sheet is brilliant. Let's have a look this side. I think I quite like that. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, like pillowcases, anything like that. Just that thin cotton, about an inch, I suppose. Glue that down. You can do it on the inside or you can do it on the outside, it's up to you. It saves you doing Tyvek. If you've got any old bed linen, then that can go in there. Go to Truro College yesterday, and it was absolutely horrendous journey going. The trees were down. It was like an open day, so we had to go, even though my youngest is already there. But we were doing hairdressing, so doing my hair, which was nice. Pampered for a few hours. So I'm not worried about that at all. Okay, let's mop that up. Okay. Oh, hands are cold. I'm not moving. Okay, so what we need to do is cover this first. Okay, I'm going to do book pages, I think, because we might need book pages and something else, because we, you know, again, this is only one piece of paper. I mean, yeah, we could double it over and do it, but I'm doing it singly. I'm just going to see how it works, so you have to bear with me. But like I say, you can just add layers. So I've got some anything really. I might put some of this, you know, that I've used for washouts to get colour on other pages. I might use some of that because we're going to cover it. Yeah, I'm going to just cut the white off though. I don't want that in there. Okay, so put it that way, and I bet you saw that. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to say it's only a base page, so we need 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do the back as well, 4. Okay, so any scrap paper you want, and I might even put book pages on the top as well. Okay, which I think I need to, because again, this isn't that thick. So 4 of those. Okay, I've cut my 4 pieces, and for the front one I found this old diary. I think it's, I'm not sure, I have a feeling it's Edith Holden, but I had this dyed for a long time and it was just sitting there waiting for me to make tags out of it, like everything else. And I thought, oh, there's a nice bit of card there. I would use that. Yeah. So I cut the bird one out because I thought it would be nice to add some little bits of glitter on here and make it sort of wintry, I think, rather than autumny, because it looks autumny at the minute. But if we add a bit of dewdrops with glitter, you know, the iridescent glitter on these bits here, I think that'll look really nice. And that's quite thick, this one. It's quite a thick card, so that will be enough to have one on there. But these ones, I've just cut the old stuff up. Okay, it's only thin paper, so I might do another layer on that. Okay, yes, you can use thick paper, but I'm just using these bits up. All right, so if you've got scrapbooking paper, that will do nicely as well. You know, thicker piece. I think it does go. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so you just glue those down, which I'll go ahead and do. I'll just show you one, and then I'll go and glue all the others down. Inked up the edges of it, of course. Okay, that's the first one done. We've got another pocket to go there, you see. Oh, I've doubled that one over because I had loads to spare that, so I've made just a nice and thick now. Okay, because I might not put anything on that one, but I will double this one up. Okay, because I think that looks quite nice as it is with a bit of stamping on. Yep, it's feeling good already. Okay. Right, I'll go ahead and do the rest then, and then I'll come back. Okay, that's all stuck on. Okay, don't see that, so I'll put the grubby bit on the back there just to reinforce that, and then that'll be better once we've got something on top of that. Okay, right, before I glue it down properly, okay, I'm going to stitch around this one, and well, I'm going to add a bit of stamping and stitch around because I'm going to leave this one actually plain. I quite like the look of that one. Okay, and I'm going to have it down there, so I might need to cut a bit more off because of the bird. I want the bird just poking through like that, so I'm going to just drop down a bit, whereas when I first done it, I done it about there. Okay, and I just think because that's such a nice image, I'm gonna come down a bit, so I'll just show you how I do that, which is there. I will mark this here, there, and there. Okay, I'm gonna cut up to that, like that, and exactly the same here, just below the pencil mark, so I'll rub that out and then cut that off. Make sure we go re-mitre that, and then that will sit under there nicely. Okay, I'm going to stitch around the 3 sides there. No point in doing that in here. Okay, but I'll just do a little stamp first, and I think I'll use this Tim Holtz one here. Any stamp will do. I'm going to use, do I want black? I'm going to use black thread, aren't I? Yes, I am. Just thinking, I'm going to use black thread, so I shall use a bit of black. So, first fine. Didn't need to stamp it all, really. Right. Okay, just going to do just, I'm doing it like that. You see, I'm hardly touching at all. And Okay. Right, well, there's a bit on there. Let's have a look. I think I might do that one, even though I'm going to cover that. Let's have a look. Oh, it's okay, but what I'm going to do is just stamp up this. Any other bits? Okay, that's all done. So what I'm going to do now is going to stitch around the 3 sides of that one, black thread. Again, you don't need to do this, okay, but I am. All right, and I'm also going to stitch across there because I am going to stitch all the way around mine. Okay, and I'm also going to stitch across there on this one, even though I'm covering it. Okay, and then all the rest will be stitched around. And then, because once that's done, I'm going to stitch right the way around there. Yeah. So I'll go and do that, but you don't need to. Okay. If you don't stitch, then I glue that in now. Okay. It has to come down to that pencil line there. And I've got those 3 birds showing there, which I think looks really nice. I know you aren't going to see it once it's got things in there, but never mind, and then we'll cover that with something else. Okay, I'll just go and do all the stitching and then I'll come back to you when that's done. Okay, that's all the tops of the stitching done. Okay, but before we sew all the way around, we need to glue this in. Okay, which needs to glue it there because I'm going to go right over it. I know it's going to hold down that, and I'm going to have double stitching there because I actually forgot what I was doing. It's Sunday, everybody. Yeah, and yesterday, like I say, I was at college all day. Well, not all day, quite a lot of it though. Put that down. So to be honest, didn't really need the things there, did we? Unless stitched all around that now. Okay, and it's feeling lovely. Right, what I done, I went and got my bit box. Close your eyes. It's one of my bit boxes. This tends to be the one I tend to go to at the moment for everything. It's got into a bit of a mess, but there's loads of bits. I've just got a handful out and I put it over there. Okay, because I thought I would, you know, we're going down nature. Well, of course I love my nature, you know that. I picked out little die cuts, just this very delicate. Okay, but I thought it sort of mimicked this once I glitter that up. I inked it because it was white. Okay, inked it with vintage photo, and then used the zig pen on it. Okay, and then glittered it up a little bit. All right, because as you know, I'm going to glitter those up. I had a search through and I got a few bits like this. Oh, that was just the butterflies. They're a freebie on the website or the Facebook group. So there. That was the leaves I've done on tea bags, bleached it, but I want them double, so I'm going to stick that down a little bit. But that's the bleached tea bag, which was like that in an earlier video. Okay, and you just stamp on them and then you bleach them out. And that's the other leaf, and I thought that looked good. Some threads from my machine because I've been using a lot of black, and some bits of paper I thought we'd just layer up. Yeah, and a stamp. That is it. And I thought, because it's going to come to about here, I'm going to just stamp in this area here with the same stamp. Okay, so I wasn't sure whether I was going to cover all this, but I actually really like it the way it is, so I'm not going to change it. I'll get the VersaFine. Top bit. There we go, that's plenty. Honestly, I didn't want a proper impression on it. I want it to look very weathered. Right, let's have a look. I'm just gonna get some of that on there. Any more? Okay. See what I do now. Okay, just a bit on there. That cleans my stamp. Right. Oh, I'm just gonna dry that a little bit, okay? Just to heat set that. Lovely. Right, let's have a look. Oh, I need to just put a bit of glue in there, actually. I'm just wondering if I can go single. I think I can, actually. I'm gonna just rip that apart. Don't need to glue it down. It's very delicate, but it looks lovely. That's quite interesting as well. I'm going to keep that. Okay, right. Need to ink up. Not very much though, not heavily, because it's quite tea stain. Favourite paper. Now, do we want this square or I'm going to rip this? I'm just wondering if I actually need that bit there. Yeah, I think it just brightens it up. Yeah, definitely. Okay. I just glue down where I know things. I put the glue on where I know things are going to go on vellum. Okay, because I can always add more after. Go in a bit further. I don't want to see it all. And that's it. Sorry if I get stuck to that now. So I didn't want that, even though I want the threads here. Okay, I didn't want that over it too much because it's very, very delicate and it will look lumpy. So I'm just gonna stick that down. So I'm gonna put it down on the sides, just literally so little, and go sort of around the outside a bit. Right, let me have a look. I think it's got to go here. Myself. Yeah, I like that. Most probably have something under here a bit more, but really, let's have a look if we got any. Just fancy doing a bit of collage work because I'm into it now. Make it interesting to write on. I think we're gonna do that. That's straighter, of course, but I just thought it might make it look interesting to write on. And then that's there, something like that, and then we're joining it together with a bit of stamping. Yes, I think so. Right, okay, I'm going to glue this down. I'm just going to ink up the edges, but very lightly. It's just a bit of old on there, if you know what I mean. And this has got hanging around forever, this bit. But I will use that one day. Don't think I need much on there. Okay, well, you know what's coming now? A bit of gesso. First, a bit more. That's it. Right, so a little bit of gesso, which I'm going to use the deli paper. Scrunch it up. This will give and then paint the gesso onto here, and it'll give me a nice sort of textured look without using too much. I don't want too much on it. Okay, well, bits left. Oops, wrong way. There you go. Yeah, I'm going out in a minute. Oh dear. That'll all blend in later. Always looks worse when you first do it. If you're not used to gesso, it's a lot worse when you first start doing it. And then it all just sort of seems to soak into the card. So I'm not afraid of it anymore. I used to be, you know, no different than some of you out there as well. I've noticed you say, oh, I'm too frightened. Yeah, yes, you know, it can be a bit scary. Just lightening the edges a bit. Don't need to worry about that. Can't remember to do these, haven't I? Should I do that now? Well, that's sort of drying. Yep. Right, little glue pen. This glue doesn't set. It stays sticky until you put something on it. So, and it's great for things like this. Okay, and I use Glamour Dust. Okay, now that's that done. Right. See that all right? Okay, that's the inside. Nice and messy. Love it. Right, I haven't got anything on there. Oh yes, I was going to do one of these, wasn't I? Oh, one minute, there was this as well. Actually, I might put that down there. Quite like that one. This is washi tape. Okay, bit of stamping. I'll carry on with the same stamp. Right, just gonna heat set it a little bit. Okay. Oh, and that was the back off of that page there. You know, when you get a little square. That was just one of those. One of those. And I cut most of it off, but that little bit was left. So I thought, oh, that's all right. We'll use that. Oh, I might have a little butterfly because that one's too big. Yeah. I want to join this to this, you see, because at the moment we've got that, and it stops, and then that. So we need something to join the two together. Ooh. No. Oh. I like that there. Still too big. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm going to use that as well somewhere. It's not a book, is it? But it will be on the inside of cover, so it will be a book. Alright, let's have a look. I know I've got it. Oh, gosh. There we go. I know what to do. Right. I'm going to just overstamp this here with this Tim Holtz. I have to use archival or stays on because it's shiny. Well, I hope you learn something from these, you know, because I do. I learn all the time, and that's what I love about this. You know, just putting things together, collages and everything that, you know, sometimes don't work. It's okay, but I'm happy with that now. And it's as though it's meant to be. That'll take a little while to dry, but it will dry. Tear that off. There we go. Right, I might steal some tags from one of my nature journals to show you what it looks like with things in, because I'm not going to have time to finish it all, but all I want you to do, because you might not want to do nature one. I've done a nature, oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. You might want to do a Christmas one, or, you know, so I've done plenty on tags and things like that, and I wanted it to be a bit of a quick one this time. So all I want you to do for this week's challenge, or this fortnight challenge, is make this out of either brown paper or whatever, a loaded envelope on the front, which I know some of you are going to absolutely be amazed, because I've seen some of your work and it's absolutely amazing. And then open out, you know, yeah, these have been done before, but mine is going to go in the inside of a journal. So I'm actually going to stick it down here. I'm going to have a pocket back here for a big tag. All right, and then I'm going to have pocket there, and then I'm going to have to show you, because I'm going to put ribbon around the back, so it'll be glued down here, and then it'll tie up here, so it'll open like that on the inside of a cover. Hold on, let me find it. Right, I found something for it to go in. Yeah, so a journal similar to this, that is what's going to go in, because it's not really looking that much wintry. I think it's looking quite spring-like, actually. But anyway, that's the way it goes. That's the way it's worked out. Nothing's planned with me. And it won't be going in this one, of course, because there's already a pocket. But I'm going to put it in there. But I might add some lace actually in a minute. But I'll just stick on the ribbon back, bit of seam binding, I think. Let's have a look where we want it, because we want it to come about there. Let's get a length of seam binding. And then turn it over, just so I know where to go. There. So we're going to have it about there. So I'll hold that down while I put some glue on. And you're not going to see, well, because mine's going to be stuck down, you're not going to see it if the glue seeps through. So no worries there. But if you want it floating, then don't do this, not with seam binding. It tends to seep through a bit. See? Be like that. Okay. So I'll be stuck down like so. I left myself enough. Right, I'm going to put some ribbon on. And now I've got a few tags I found in my book from, yeah, it's a little tiny bit wonky actually, so the lace, yeah, would be good. Only a little bit. But. So I'm going to show, I'll link all my other videos on this, because it's a bit revisited, but like I say, I've done it out of packaging, or, you know, disposable brown paper as we get. Yes. Yeah, I like my nature. It does seep through. Oops. Not stuck down yet. Ready for spring. Especially with the tags I've got that go in it that I found, because I must have done them this spring just gone. And I thought, oh, I'll put those in. Okay. There we go. Right, tags, what did I get? Right, find some of this. This is all things that we've done previously, and that one's from Tina. That might be from Tina as well. I can't remember if I'd done that one or Tina. Sorry, I can't remember. So we had a day of making tags and stuff. This is just ones that I've done months ago, really. Okay, and I'm just gonna put them in here just for, because it goes with it, definitely. I want that owl. I love owls. And bunny rabbits. Let's shove that in now. That will go there. Let's have a look what we got for inside. Little thing, notebook I must have done at some point. That's all going there. Oh. Go in there, bring that bit of black in. Oh yeah, and my sister done these. So put that there. Okay. Okay, so just pretend that's stuck down. So I have not got a journal for it yet. And then put that over there. That. Let me tie it here. Actually, a bit of string would look nice. So I don't want a big bow. It's not really bow looking. that would be stuck there. Okay, because you have, when you do a journal, well, when I do a journal, I have quite a lot of room on this inside cover because of the way, you know, where your signature is, because you always get a bit of a gap here, so you always got some room. That's why I tend to put pockets and everything on the inside and on the back side, because I think you've got room in there. Look, I know this is spring, but so that was there as well. That would be over there a bit, and that would be there. And we've nearly got a journal. There we go. And that's nice. So that's it. So look at all that. I've just this is all odd pages, look. Just thrown it all together, the dragonfly kit there. Yeah. Just odd pages that were lying around. Yeah, I got the makings of a journal there. Looks like I was ready to sew that in. And then went on to something else like I normally do, but there we go. So I hope you like that. Let's see if you can see it. There we go. And I just thought that'd be something nice to go on the inside. You know, you don't want too much inside, too thick, but that is perfect weight. All right, just with that one piece of paper on the back there, just to give that something to stick down. And also I would most probably leave that open so I could put a nice big tag in the back. Yeah, there we go. So that's this week's, and thank you very much for following, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. What I thought was going to be a bit wintry didn't end up wintry, but that's, you know, as you know, I just it flows with me, and what happens, because I'm just using all the odd bits, aren't I? So anyway, thank you very much, everybody, and I'll speak to you again shortly. Bye.